Coming up on Good Morning Waverly, cyberbullying in the Cedar Valley. See if some Facebook pages are taking things a little too far.
And find out how the city of Waverly is dedicating a whole week to shaping up.
And we could be seeing some May flowers from all these April showers. I'll tell you when we can be expecting some rain this next week. Coming up next on Good Morning Waverly.
Happy Friday and Good Morning Waverly.
Good morning, Waverly. I'm Shelby Gernath.
And I'm Kelsey Bemis. We welcome you to our first ever statewide Good Morning Waverly.
Now, Kelsey, we haven't had a show in a few weeks, and the weather was nice there for a while.
We did experience some, I guess you could say, bipolar weather there. We had some highs and some snow and sun. It's been all over the place, but we can take a look at what we can expect coming up here. This weekend should be fairly steady, I guess you could say. Saturday we'll see a high of 54 degrees. Should be mostly sunny there, but then as we move into Sunday, there is chance for thunderstorms there, about a 60% chance, high of 67 degrees. Monday cooling back down to 53 degrees with more chance of rain, but shouldn't be quite as much as we should see Sunday. So hopefully it'll eventually even out and we'll be done for this break.
Thanks, Kelsey. Over 100 canines are coming to Waverly this weekend to compete. The Outrun Flyball Club will host a dog sports tournament featuring pups from 5 surrounding states. The races match 2 teams of dogs who race side by side in a 50-foot obstacle course. The event is a relay with the dogs releasing, then retrieving a ball. If you would like to attend, the races start today at the center located here in Waverly.
The Bremer County Board of Supervisors approved the Iowa DOT's road budgets Wednesday. The secondary road budget is valued at $5.5 million. The work for the next fiscal year has already been included in the county's budget. The decision made Wednesday is meant to get the road work submitted to the state. Among projects on the 5-year program include 2 road resurfacings and a bridge repair over the Cedar River.
Waverly police arrested a Minnesota man suspected to be part of a drug ring. Christian Gerald Benson of Minneapolis was arrested after trying to steal prescriptions at local pharmacies. Police believe Benson may be part of a Chicago area group who steal prescriptions to get high. If convicted, Benson could face up to 5 years in prison on each felony charge. He is currently being held in the Bremer County Jail on a $15,000 cash bond. Recently, the Facebook pages of various colleges have caught the attention of many for their so-called anonymous posts.
But what exactly are the consequences of these pages and these posts? I found out this week.
Confessions, secret admirers, compliments, and more. The newest craze in so-called anonymous Facebook pages has hit Wartburg, as well as schools all across the country. The page known as Wartburg's Secret Admirers was shut down last week. The school's marketing and communications department played a part in this, but they say they requested the page be shut down in the students' best interest.
It is a regular practice now for employers to anytime they're looking at candidates seriously to hire for a job, even for an internship, that they'll go and do a simple search online to find out about those people. They check out social media, they see what their behavior is like. We want to help students make sure that they're thinking about the long-term impact of those things.
While these types of posts can affect current and future employment for those who take part in them, there are much deeper problems caused as a result of these anonymous words.
You know, you hear someone saying these things about you in person. However, you know, when it's out there on the internet, it feels like it's there forever, and maybe it is there forever. And definitely a blow to somebody's self-esteem, self-confidence, self-worth. Those kinds of things just don't feel good.
Workers at Waverly Shell Rock schools say that although these specific types of Facebook pages have not reached the high school or middle school level, they have seen cases of cyberbullying increase with the rising popularity of social media.
You know, when we think of how bullying looked back in the day, and yeah, it was there, and not as much was reported, and I think it's just because communication is so readily available with these kids with this.
Whether it be at the 6th grade level or at a collegiate level, words hurt. One way to prevent this is to start bringing awareness of this issue to students at a young age.
I mean, there's the bullying, we talk about suicide that often happens more at the high school level. You know, if it continues, it seems like it just becomes a greater risk for big things to happen if we don't take care of it now.
Newsom says the best way to avoid these negative feelings is to avoid social media altogether.
Facebook is something you don't have to look at. You know, I mean, sometimes you're forced to hear what people say about you, or, you know, their negative criticism about you. You know, you don't have a choice in some of that. But Facebook is something you do have a choice to view or not to view.
And now I did talk with Graham Garner, and they said that the one has been shut down, the Secret Admirers page, but then upon research, there's a ton of other schools that still have these pages. So
there are a lot, and we still have the Confessions page here at Wartburg, and it may not be as bad as the Secret Admirers page because names aren't posted, but some of the posts are still awful.
It'll be interesting to see where they go. You know, all the schools, kind of what happens with it, and if it does eventually reach the high school level. I mean, we can hope not, but it'll be interesting to see. So. Now, those I talked to did encourage students to like the Wartburg Compliments page. It is a page dedicated to giving positive feedback to fellow students and faculty.
Coming up next on Good Morning Waverly, we'll tell you how people in Waverly are making an effort to get healthy.
And we'll have your full spring forecast coming up next after the break. You're watching Good Morning Waverly. Welcome back to Good Morning Waverly. It's currently 8 past the hour, and let's take a look at what we can expect for temperatures this weekend. Now Saturday, we'll see a high of 47 degrees with relative humidity 47% there. Just a slight wind coming in from the west, only about 9 miles per hour. But that is going to increase as we head into Sunday. We'll also see more of a chance for precipitation there, about a 60% chance of thunderstorms there. High of 60 degrees, so is warming up, and like I said, that wind is going to increase there as well. 16 miles per hour coming in from the south. Now we can go ahead and see what we can expect from some cities around the state. In Des Moines, we'll see a high of 53 degrees, Davenport 49, Sioux City 48, and Cedar Rapids 47, so not much variation across the state there. Now, as we carry into Sunday, that is going to change. We'll see about a 20-degree difference between Des Moines and Sioux City. High of 71 in Des Moines, 68 in Davenport, 53 in Sioux City, and Cedar Rapids will see a high of 68 degrees. Now let's take a look at what we can expect heading a little farther past. We're still going to see a lot of rain there. We'll see about 60%, like I said, on Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we'll also see some rain expected. Highs of 53, 49, and 49 on Wednesday as well. So not quite getting out of that rain just yet as we head into our spring. So maybe eventually we will.
Sounds good. Thanks, Kelsey. Now, the end of April marks the beginning of Waverly Wellness Week here in town. The week will be held April 27th through May 4th and is dedicated to promoting healthy lifestyles and exercise.
The days will include various activities at the W as well as events hosted by Waverly Shell Rock Schools. Joining us now to discuss the week is Bridget Wagner from WSR Schools. Thank you for joining us.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
No problem at all. Now, first, can you kind of explain what the week is or what goes on during it?
Sure. The District Wellness Committee has a group of members that represent the W, the hospital, and the school district. And so the group got together and decided that it would be a good idea to pull together some of the different events that are happening in the community to really shine a spotlight on all the things that we can do to promote healthy, active lifestyles for our students and their families.
Okay.
How much work goes into planning a week like this?
Well, you know, I'm personally really only involved in the 5K run walk, and I know that the amount of work that's gone into that is pretty significant. The group meets on a monthly basis, and a lot of work happens outside of those monthly meetings. So I can only imagine that the work that the other groups are doing is at least as much.
Okay. Now, has this event been held in past years?
The 5K run walk has been held in past years, but with a slightly different angle. In previous years, it's been connected to the Catch the Spirit Day, which was a day all about honoring the memory of Megan Kepke, a student at Waverly Shell Rock who passed away. On the year that Megan would have graduated, they sunsetted that part of the race. And so this year, the Wellness Committee is taking it over, really to make it as an effort to promote fun, active things our students can do with their families.
Okay, and are there other events that the schools will be hosting?
Yeah, we still will have Go the Distance Day, which is still the day that's dedicated to Megan Kepke and really helping acknowledge the service that our students do and living life to the fullest.
Okay.
Now, how can people get involved with this week?
Well, I know in terms of the run walk, we still need volunteers. There are opportunities to run water stations, to pass out the t-shirts and the bracelets that we'll have along the way. And we can get you in touch with Debbie Holst, third grade teacher at West Cedar, who can get you in the right place for that.
Okay, and can anyone be involved in this event?
Absolutely, yes. It is a 5K run walk, so it's not timed, it's a fun run. And in fact, there's even an opportunity for people to do a shorter distance if 5K feels like too long. So there'll be a turnaround that will make it only about 1.5 miles.
Okay.
What is the most important thing about this week?
Well, I think from a district perspective, we recognize that obviously our charge is to educate students, but the reality is that those kids are more than just students. They're people, and our job is to make sure that they are thoughtful, productive citizens, and part of that is knowing how to live a healthy, active lifestyle. So that's really what the focus is for us as a district.
Okay, what have been some of the highlights in past weeks or the things that people seem to enjoy most?
Hopefully the weather will be nice and we'll be able to enjoy that day where we can get all the kids and their families outside to interact in an environment that isn't so structured and academic in nature.
Okay. And what's your favorite part of the week?
I personally am going to really look forward to the art walk. The art walk is at the very end of the week, and the try by night. I've never done a triathlon, doing my first this year. Not quite ready to do the one here in May, but I'm going to look forward to watching that.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining us, Bridget.
Great, thanks for having me.
Now, coming up next after the break, found out about a fundraiser this weekend that is using some star power to help those in need. We'll be right back in 2 minutes. Good Morning Waverly, we're about 15 after the hour. Local group Self-Help International will be holding their fundraiser under the tropical moon tonight with the help of one NFL celebrity. Wes Welker of the Denver Broncos and his wife Anna will be in town tonight from 7 to 11 p.m. to help support the cause. Joining us now to discuss the event is Developmental Director Jory Wade Booth. And thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Now, first, can you explain what Self-Help International is?
Self-Help International is an organization that our mission is to alleviate hunger and poverty in Ghana and Nicaragua. We've been in existence since 1959, and we do this through several programs, including microcredit loans for women, agricultural training, and several other things.
Okay. So what will tonight's event entail?
We're so excited about tonight's event. It's our annual fundraiser. It's a silent and live auction. We'll have a little bit of entertainment. The Waverly Shellrock Dance Team will be performing. The Bill Shepherd Combo will be playing, so there'll be live music. And of course, we have our special host, Gary Kroger, and NFL wide receiver, Wes Welker, and his wife, Anna.
All right, now what kind of success have you seen with this event in the past?
Well, it's been a very successful event for us. We've raised quite a bit of money, and all the funds raised at this event go directly to our programs in Ghana and Nicaragua.
All right.
Now, how did the Welkers get involved?
Anna is an old friend of the organization. I think she started coming to our events in 2005, and then in 2009 and 2010 she traveled to Ghana with our director Mary, and a few years ago when she came to the fundraiser and her and Wes were still dating, he came with her.
All right, and you mentioned the Welkers and then also your host, who's a Saturday Night Live alum, is that correct?
Gary Kroger is a native of Cedar Falls, but he's also an alum of Saturday Night Live.
All right, what kind of hype have you seen surrounding the attendance of these three?
We've had some new attendees. We have some regular supporters of our organization, but we've seen some new names on our list this year, on our ticket list, and I'm sure it's people who are Welker fans.
Now, how can people get involved with Self-Help International?
Our offices are located right near Wartburg campus. We're in the Deers House. You can visit our website at selfhelpinternational.org. If you'd like to come tonight, it's not too late to buy tickets. You can buy them online on our website, or you can call our office at 352-4040. And we're always looking for volunteers. And we often take service trips to both countries. And if people are interested in volunteering or helping us out, they can just call our office.
All right, now what are some specific things that the money raised tonight will go towards?
Specifically, we've just built 2 training centers, one in Ghana and one in Nicaragua, and they're for young farmers, and there will be some microcredit training, so I'm sure that some of the funding from tonight will go towards those programs.
Okay.
What are some other events throughout the year that are held?
In June, the first weekend in June, or the second weekend in June, I'm sorry, we have an annual golf tournament. And as soon as we get through tonight, we're going to start promoting that more. And The Sunday after, we have a 5K and a family picnic.
All right, and you explained, you know, once you get through tonight, has there been a lot of planning that's gone into this event?
We started last fall, so I'm pretty exhausted. Up to this point, there has been a lot of planning. We have 90 silent auction items and 11 live auction items, and we have some really great items on the live auction list. Wes and Anna have donated Broncos tickets, and so 2 tickets to a Broncos game, transportation, and then tunnel passes to visit them. The Hooters Corporation has donated a stay at their hotel and casino. And then the unique thing about our organization and our fundraiser is that several of the silent auction items are artifacts, art and pottery and wood carvings that come from Ghana and Nicaragua.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Coming up on Good Morning Waverly, see what local events will be coming up this weekend. We'll be right back in 2 minutes.
Welcome back to Good Morning Waverly. The time is currently 22 past the hour, which means it's time for sports. The Waverly Shell Rock girls tennis team was in action on Monday against Charles City. Things did not go right for WSR, however. Liz Rucker was defeated by Tori Bunger 7-5 and 6-2 at number 1 singles. The Go Hawks would pick up a win at number 2 singles as Haley Folkerts defeated Morgan Hoser 6-3 in both. At number 3 singles, the Comets' Liz Sweet defeated Ariana Gremmels-Olsen, and Carolyn Brunkhorst also fell at number 4 singles. In the end, the Go Hawks ended up falling by a final of 7-2, putting them at 1-2 on the year. WSR was scheduled to face South Tama on Tuesday, but the match was postponed due to rain. The Go Hawks' next match will be against the Comets again this Monday in Charles City. The WSR boys golf team won its second victory of the season on Monday. The Go Hawks faced Waukon at the Waverly Municipal Golf Course and shot a team score of 151, while Waukon had a team total of 96. The Black and Gold are currently 2-0 on the year. Monday, they were led by Jeremy Young, who earned medalist honors with a score of 35 in 9 holes of play. Young led a group of 4 Go Hawk golfers who finished with a 9-hole round under 40. Chris Kemming was the runner-up with a total of 38. Colin Wiltsey and Sean Pitt each shot for 39 to tie for 3rd place. And last weekend, the Waverly Shell Rock track and field team competed at the Dave Saag Relays at home. A key contender for the Go Hawks was senior Brett McCalla. McCalla had a hamstring injury, but he was not going to let that stop him. The WSR senior earned 1st place in the 200-meter dash, 400-meter dash, and he anchored the 4x400-meter relay team to victory. In the final leg of the 4x400, the Go Hawks trailed New Hampton, and McCalla was behind going into the final 200 meters, but he pushed through and came out with the victory. He also jumped his way to 2nd place in the high jump. Due to his incredible performance, McCalla was named the outstanding athlete at the Dave Saag Relays. McCalla will compete in the decathlon next year for the University of Northern Iowa track and field team. Now, he has already set the school record in the 400 with a time of 49.3 seconds, and he has a goal to set the high jump record, 200-meter school record, and the distance medley relay record. So good luck to McCalla. Still to come on Good Morning Waverly. After the break, we'll tell you about a music show this weekend. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Good Morning Waverly. Now we can go ahead and take a look one more time at what highs and lows we can expect for this weekend. Taking a look at tomorrow on Saturday, there'll be a high of 47 degrees there, relative humidity of 47% as well. Slight wind coming in from the west, from the west, 9 miles per hour with a dew point of 28 degrees. Shouldn't see any precipitation there, but as we head into Sunday, there's a 60% chance for thunderstorms there, high temperature of 60 and a relative humidity of 60% as well. Wind will increase there 16 miles per hour, and as we take a look at our 5-day forecast, we are going to see a few more chances for rain as we carry into next week. Sunday, high of 67, Monday, 53, Tuesday and Wednesday, both highs of 49 with rain all of those days. So we're not getting out of that rain quite yet, but thankfully there are a few events that you can enjoy inside through this weekend, so don't have to go out in that weather.
Right, and for those looking for some upbeat entertainment that will be inside this weekend, One local music group may have just what you need. The Shell Rock Music Association's April production of Spring Swing 2013 premiered last night. It features performers from 12 different Northeast Iowa communities. The show will play at the Shell Rock Boyd Building tonight through Sunday and the 18th through the 20th at 7:30 as well as at 1:15 and 3:30 this Sunday. Tickets are $12.
Now, while we do have 3 more shows in May, this is my co-host Shelby's last show as she will be graduating. So in honor of that, I decided to take a look at some of the events and some of the, I guess, experiences we've had throughout the year.
And I are here at Pumpkin Paradise. It's just about 20 minutes outside of Waverly.
Shelby and I are going to head into the back and try to decorate and maybe cut out some cookies. So, okay, let's go.
Kelsey and I are here at Joe Marco Salon and Boutique in downtown Waverly.
First thing we're going to do is we're going to cut some Christmas cookies. I'll show you how, and I'll cut a few, and then you guys get to cut a few.
Oh my gosh. Holy cow. How do you think we did?
Pretty good for the first time. Not too bad.
That one's junk.
Oh man.
I gotta show you something really, really cool that has been on American Idol.
Okay. To frosting.
Well, Kelsey can do the cutting for me and I'll frost them for her.
Yeah, we'll just start our own business.
So I think we passed with flying colors here. And so this is the...
Now, definitely some great memories there. Do you have one particular?
I just loved all the different places we got to go to, the pumpkin patch and the making cookies. It was all so much fun.
It was definitely a good year.
So that's all the time we have this week for Good Morning Waverly. We'll be back, well, Kelsey will be back in May with 3 new shows.